So let me start my thoughts again. Joined about 6 months ago. Went through a nice journey that Intuit is transforming, the transformation of Intuit into the cloud. And it was part of some of the ideation that we wanted to do with QuickBooks and QuickBooks Online. I wanted to take you through the journey that we're going to have and some of the transformation that we're going to do to our platform. Really focusing on our abilities to provide capabilities to enable more apps and developers on our platform versus building our own solutions. So that will be the journey of the next 15, 20 minutes that I will talk. At the end, like Chloe said, we'll open up to questions and you can ask much more. We're going to leave some of the things that we're working on to October, and I'll talk in a few minutes why October. But it will be interesting to wait until then and see what is the capability that and the changes that we're going to perform to our platform as we go. So let me start with our strategy. First of all, as a company or small business and accounting solutions, I'm talking about QuickBooks. You all heard Brad Smith and Dan Warnikoff talking in past conferences and over the media about the transformation to the operating system, the operating system behind the small businesses. The idea was to try to create awesome products, enable contribution of network effect platforms, and using that data to delight insights. The idea was that if we look on the right-hand side and the potential and the opportunities that we have, it's enormous. From 29 million businesses that we have in the US, we only tap 5 million. I know that sounds a lot, but it's only 5 million. It's only 1% of the 600 million small businesses that we have in the world, and it's less than 1% of the total commerce network that we can tap into. So the potential and the opportunity for Intuit and for anyone that really join the small business ecosystem is huge. When we looked at the way that we're going to create the opportunity for Intuit and for others and for our contributor network, we looked at the cloud as the main enabler of this opportunity. From one end, we're thinking about QBO, which is QuickBooks Online for the small business, and from the other end, we're thinking about QuickBooks Online for accountants. So the idea is to create the ecosystem that will enable and simplify the work of life for both the small businesses and for the accountants. So for about 4 or 5 months, I was looking into the vision and strategy that we need to take the open platform. So Brad was talking about open platform. Dan was talking about, and Monica was talking about open platform. Well, what is exactly open platform? So after a while, we came up to this ideation. Basically, every QuickBooks, every small business apps will connect to the QBO platform. That's the goal. It's very simple. Every developer develop an app, connect to the QBO platform, needs to be accessible by small businesses. That's the vision. That's something that we can apprehend and really try to convey to our networks. And in order to do that, there's 2 things that we need to do. Number one is the single open platform for developers and for Intuit. So it's not only creating capabilities for Intuit developers, it's also creating capabilities for third-party developers. So we call it the first-party and the third-party developers. The second, get the most popular and highest impact apps on our platform. So once you have a platform, you create an open, you create a single platform, you bring the right apps on the platform, you get the network effect of small businesses and accountants are trying to leverage this capability. That's the secret. In one page, this is the philosophy behind the next couple of year journey that we're going to have. So let's be a little bit more technical, but not too technical. So if we look at the kernel of our platform, we are thinking about building services. The services are accounting services, payroll services, payment services, shared services like authentication, like messaging, like mobile. and enable them to be able to be built in a way that we can expose them through a set of APIs. The set of APIs will sit on top of that and will be accessible by the first party, which is our own developers, and third party, you guys, that will access, get a similar access to our data, to these APIs. So once we have the services and we have the APIs enabled, we're going to put our apps on top of that. Not all of our applications or our products are sitting today as on APIs. It's all not built in a scalable way. So we're going to change that. We're going to start a very significant platform journey across the company to make sure that we're changing the way that our products are built to be services, APIs, and offering application on top of that. That we will be without even thinking about exposing them to third-party developers. So we're going to do that, and we're going to have our accounting, which is our QuickBooks Online, our payroll system, our payment system, demand force, and all apps that we're going to have sitting on top of these APIs, talking with the same amount of services, same type of services. And then, in parallel, we're going to add more apps to our platform. And it will be a similar, almost similar balance between what type of application we put from our end and what type of application we're going to partner and have developers sit on our platform and use it to leverage the same capability that we have. And the idea is that to create the connectivity between one app to another app, or between QuickBooks to another apps, that to make sure that we are leveraging the QBO platform and share the data and capabilities of our platform. So that's in a nutshell of the journey, the platform journey that we're going to have. So once you start doing that, then you start to see a lot of, that's what Lori was talking about. We had maybe 2 taxi-size developers about a year ago. We have many more developers this time of year. And I'm thinking about a hockey stick approach. I'm thinking that next year we'll have much bigger opportunity than that. And the reason is because we are going to strategize around the open platform, a single platform, about the ability to expose these API and services. We're not doing a good job right now, and you still developing on our platform. There's a lot of problems right now with our API. There are a lot of problems with accessibility. We're going to solve them out. We're putting a lot of resources in the company to make sure that we are going to expose better capabilities and better experience. And I'll speak about some of these experiences in a short time. But this is what I want to see much more developers coming and develop on our system. And some of them we're going to be developers that we're going to strategize with them. We're going to go to market with them. We're going to make sure that they have the right solution. We have common journey to take them to the market. Some of them will be some that will approach us, and there is an opportunity over there, and we make sure that we have the capabilities. And some will acquire. We just announced the acquisition of Lettuce into a platform, and that the idea about acquiring an inventory solution is not because of the app and the offering that they offered us. Is about the ability to integrate the set inventory as part of the core kernel services of our platform. Because once you have inventory capability, now you can open it to product-based companies, to more inventory-based company, which we haven't been able to do it before with QuickBooks Online. So we just announced QuickBooks Connect, which is our own first ever Intuit conference, and we're going to have a very large developer session there. I'm told by the team that developers that will come to our booth will have there is some codes over there that we are giving free. I guess I'm saying it right, guys? Free or discounted. I didn't say free. Discounted codes for QuickBooks Connect. But this is a conference that we're going to have, and I think it will be awesome over there. Part of the idea over there is to come with some announcement on our platform. And let me talk through that in a few minutes. But this is really a tiny highlights. First highlight, it takes a lot of time to develop today. I tried it, many others tried it, of course. You guys experienced with that. I spoke with a lot of developers and gave me a lot of, and partners that give me a lot of feedback. It takes too long to develop an app. the new developer experience, we call it DevX 2.0, will have a much significant experience when we come up in fall. It will be a complete revamp of the entire experience. What we call the time to hello world will be reduced in 15 minutes. The ability, the tools and the capabilities we're going to bring there will be significantly enhanced than the abilities that we have today to create an app on our platform. Much more simple, I hope. Inconsistent ways to leverage accounting and payment APIs. There is accounting API, there are payment API. They're not really the same way built. There are also some consumer layer financial institution APIs. They're built different. We're going to change it. We're going to have consistency in a way that our API will be exposed. Not only that, we're going to expose many more API and services to coming October. Lastly, the publishing process. How many of you published an app on apps.com? Okay, was it a simple experience? Painful experience, right? Painful experience. We're going to change that. We're going to have it much simpler. We're going to have 2 levels of type of publishing. Immediate publishing for almost every app, like default, will be published. And then if you want to go through a little bit more enhanced publishing or the preferred publishers, you go through a process. But that will be managed in a way that we can, I think we're talking about 7 or 14 days end-to-end for an enhanced publishing, and 0 time from the minute that you decided to publish an app until we show it on apps.com. Right? So we're going to create an easier, faster publishing and approval process. Apps.com, we're going to change it to a more app store type of concept. We're going to have App Store also inside, like in-product experience. We'll try to make sure that they integrated. So apps.com or the in-product experience or in mobile, through the mobile app, will have a similar type of experiences. This is not all of this coming this fall, but this is part of the strategy to deliver the best of breed platform environment.